Yo, final review video. Also, let me know if you like them sectioned up like this, or if you'd rather them just be one big video. All right, number 7. The tortoise and the hare are having another race! Exclamation point. We're all so excited. The rabbit has been training and is up to speed. His distance from the starting line is now d equals 3t squared, where d is in meters and t is in seconds. The tortoise has learned a few tricks as well, so his distance from the starting line is d equals 3 to the power of t. Complete the table in the graph below and answer the questions. So, the first thing we're going to do, completing the table means plugging in these numbers to this equation. This is like when we were completing the table for the first one, right? So this is 3 times 0 squared. We do the 0 squared first, and then do the multiplication. So 3 times 0 becomes 0. This is 3 times 1 squared, which is 3 times 1, which is 3. This is, for instance, 3 times 4 squared, which is 3 times 16, which is 48. And then we can fill these in the rest, right? 3 times 3 squared, 3 times 9, 27. And then, let's see this one here. 3 times 2 squared is 3 times 4, which is 12. Remember, always do the exponents before the multiplication. That's a big part of that one. And then when we go over here for the tortoise, now we're plugging things into the t, which is in the exponent. Anything to the power of 0 is 1. 3 to the power of 1 is just 3. And now every time we can just choose to multiply by 3. This is an exponential equation. Exponential equation with ratio 3. So instead of plugging them in, we can just say, oh, we start at 1, and then every time we multiply by 3. So 3 times 3 is 9, 9 times 3 is 27, 27 times 3 is 81. So I don't need to write this out every time. We graph it. I have some hacks that I like to do, basically, where I see that the 1 and the 3 are the same on both tables, and I say that the 3 and the 27 are the same on both tables. 27 are the same on both tables. So I'm going to graph those points first. I'm going to also redo this scale because I don't love it. Let me just delete this real fast. Let's see, we want it to go up to 81. That's really aggressive. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If we do this by 15, oh, haha, funny. 15, 30, 45, 60, 75. So the 80 will just be up. It's fine. And then each of these is 1. So for the 1 and 3, they're both going to be right here. We'll do that the tortoise is, no, come on, Laura. We'll do that the tortoise is green. That makes way more sense. And that the rabbit is red. So both the tortoise and the rabbit are at 1 and 3. And both the tortoise and the rabbit are at 3 and 27. Before the first point that they're tied, before this 1 and 3, the tortoise is ahead because 1 is bigger than 0, right? The distance 1 is bigger than the distance 0. So we know that the green line is above the red line. In between 1 and 3, in between the distance 3 and the distance 27, the rabbit's ahead, right? The rabbit's at 12 distance, and the tortoise is only at 9. So here, the red line is going to be ahead of the green line. After the second time they're tied, the tortoise is at 81, and the rabbit is at 48. So the green one's going to be ahead. It's going to be something like there. And then the green one's going to stay ahead forever. Okay, the tortoise has a 1 meter head start. This is confusing to a lot of y'all. This is built into the equation. Built into equation. Because, like, if we actually just plug in time equals 0, the tortoise starts at 1. At the very beginning of the race, when 0 seconds have started, the tortoise is already at 1. So we don't have to, like, add 1 in anywhere or, like, care about this at all because it's already built into the equation. When does the hare catch up with the tortoise? It catches up at time equals 1 second, right? It passes him at 2 seconds, but it catches up. They're tied at 1 second. Some of y'all put 3 seconds because it's also tied at 3. I gave it to you, but that's really when the tortoise catches up to the hare, not when the hare catches up to the tortoise, right? Because before 1 second, the hare is behind and then catches up, and at 3 seconds, the tortoise is behind and catches up. So that's just a little semantic thing. But I'll give it to you because you recognize that it's tied. If the race is 5 seconds long, who wins the race? So we would plug in 5 for both of these things. This is going to be 75, and this one's going to be, 81 times 3. 81 times 3, right? 243 versus 75. The tortoise is definitely going to win. That's not how you spell tortoise. Tortoise is going to win because 243 meters is bigger than 75 meters. And then we say if the race is, so this is seconds, right? This is when we plug in we plug in 5 for t, right? Because it's seconds. Part D says if the race is 20 meters long, meters, that's the Y, right? Or the D. Who wins the race? How do you know? So that, instead of plugging in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and seeing which one's taller, this one we're going to plug in 20 and see which one it hits first. In between meters 3 and meters 27, so in between 3 meters and 27 meters, the rabbit is winning. And because 20 is in between these two numbers, the rabbit's actually going to win. We can see this in the table, right, that the rabbit's ahead. We can see this on the graph that the rabbit's ahead. And it doesn't matter which one's going faster. It matters which one's ahead of the other one, right? Like if I start a race with Usain Bolt and I get a mile head start, after 4 seconds, I am beating him, even though he's definitely going faster than I am, right? Cool. That is the review. Only watch the parts you need. Hopefully this helps you out. You can make up the test or do corrections anytime within this week. So if you're not ready by tomorrow, that's totally okay. It just needs to be before Friday the 10th. All right, y'all. Please ask questions if you have them. See you in class.